5, 4, 3, 2, 1. How's everyone's week been?
It's been
very deja vu filled.
So fans.
I feel like we've done this before. Does anybody else get that feeling?
Nope.
Yeah. No. Maybe. I'm not sure.
No, I feel like...
So, to all of our fans, I have a quick story to tell. So, a long time ago, in a land rich and
far away.
we recorded an episode of TTV, and then it crashed midway through, and we lost all progress. So, we're totally not redoing it or anything.
Why would we do that?
Yeah.
Hi.
So this is how much you mean to us. We would redo like 30 minutes of hard work just for you guys.
Let's just buy a crap then. You know what? Forget it. I mean, I didn't say that.
You know what? You guys want TTV more than Biocraft? Fine. You can have your TTV. We're not doing Biocraft anymore.
No. Don't listen to anything I say. We're still doing background. Anyway.
Yep.
Whoa, wait. Don't listen to anything else.
Just let Misso continue.
Yeah. So, that's what happened. But do not worry. It was actually getting pretty tedious anyway, so I think it will be a much better listening experience for you guys this time around. So, without further ado, I'm Mr. Mac.
I'm Vardaran.
I'm LJ.
I'm Kahi.
And I'm Keeney.
And this is a TTV special edition. San Diego Comic Con coverage 2012. Because that is right, instead of looking at BZP and being disappointed by the news every week, we're now taking matters into our own hands and talking about actual news that we're interested in. So,
even though some of us aren't interested about this news at all.
We're geeks talking about geek things.
Oh yeah. As we've always been.
I'm offended greatly by the notion of the word geek.
So,
good.
I'm going to kick things right off and talk about basically all we got through in our last recording. Marvel and DC's line of 2013 superhero minifigures. Now, obviously there are two there are two sets, and there's one for Marvel, which is based on the Ultimate Spider-Man cartoon show. And then there's DC, which is kind of interesting, but we'll get to that. What are you guys' thoughts on the Marvel line, or should I say the Ultimate Spider-Man minifigures?
Marvel line so far looks really good, though there's a few characters I'd rather them have just replaced with someone else. But whatever.
Like Beetle and Nova?
Yeah, like Beetle and Nova. Who are these guys?
Yeah. It's kind of funny. The page here, kind of, the Marvel ones almost look fancier than the DC ones. Maybe that's just because the DC ones is like 8 different Batman things and less exaggeration here.
Yeah. The main thing people noted with like the Marvel minifigures is the obscurity of some of the characters. People heavily dislike how they're all based on Ultimate Spider-Man, though it's already been confirmed there's going to be Iron Man 3 and Thor 2 sets next year. Even though Thor 2 is called Thor: The Darkest World now. I'm still saying Thor 2. So there will be actual, better Marvel sets, but these are okay.
Guys, Dr. Doom.
Well, that minifigure looks cool.
I disagree.
There are complaints about Spider-Man's color layering, but,
Yeah. My taste.
This is kind of random, but I think it's actually kind of hilarious how out of all the minifigures, the one that has the most unnecessary resizing is Nick Fury.
Are you saying just a figure? Are you?
Nick Figure.
Well, so tell me.
Alright.
Oh my
Nick
god.
Figure. Okay.
The minifigure, hands down, that people love most out of all here is Venom, which I can understand.
Yeah.
And ironically, the TTV cast member of the same name isn't here.
Yeah.
We already have Venom. He's right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's right there on the page looking at us.
Oh.
You just need to say your mom every few seconds, and we have Venom.
Mom.
Then if you're listening
Mom.
to a professional at everything you do.
Except for being in California, then no, you know.
Yeah.
Now, LJ, that's just insulting to everyone who lives in California.
I know. That's the point.
Even Shawnee. Exactly.
So, what are you guys' thoughts on the Marvel minifigures as a whole? Because I know Ultimate Spider-Man is all of your favorite cartoon show. It's better
I know.
It is.
than nonsense.
Yeah,
I was so angry when Loki
I really love
appeared
Ultimate Spider-Man.
and turned Spider-Man into a pig.
I know, too. I almost cried. My heart was.
I know.
The whole time.
I know.
I was like, no, Spidey, don't eat the hot dog. No, you don't know what's in it, Spidey. And then they even had like the whole argument between his brain and his stomach. That was like, no, listen to the brain. Listen to the brain.
That was
But
like Batman
I
the
had
Dark Knight.
to,
It was like plexi- and
I had to physically stop watching.
I had to stop watching too. I just couldn't stand watching my favorite hero fall for such a trick like that. Curse you, Loki, you evildoer! We'll get our revenge.
You know, this just lends a lot more credit to that one song. What was it called? Spider Pig from the Simpsons movie.
But it's Spider-Ham, Peter Porker
Spider-Ham.
the Spider-Ham.
Okay,
Jeez.
Spider-Ham was there long before Spider-Pig was.
I've never heard of Spider
Peter
Ham.
Porker is the Spider-Ham.
Peter
Well,
Porker, the spectacular Spider-Ham.
Porker.
What?
What are you saying there right now? But no,
in all seriousness, what are you guys' opinions on these minifigures?
I actually like them. I like the Marvel ones surprisingly more than most of the DC ones, just because.
Yeah, I like all of the Marvel ones, and practically none of the DC ones. The Marvel ones look great. I especially like the Spider-Man and Venom minifigure. And then I was never much of a Fantastic Four fan, so Dr. Metal Helmet over there doesn't matter much to me. And then I have absolutely no clue who that Beetle guy and then Mr. Bullet for a helmet that just got shot through someone over there is. Until you guys had told me, I never knew who that guy was.
Yeah.
So
That's because you're not that much of a knowledgeable guy,
are you
LJ.
kidding me? I know all about
Bionicle.
yeah.
That's about it.
There you go. Hey, the comics are handled by DC. So anyway,
Well, that is the main criticism with the Marvel minifigures is the obscurity of some of the characters.
and then the DC minifigures, I think they made the Marvel minifigures first and wanted to learn that. So they made the DC minifigures, and instead of obscurity, they made sure you knew who everyone was.
Yeah, and they wanted to make sure that they really, really got it through, got the point through that this is DC. So they completely did the same character 3 times just to make sure you knew this was DC.
Yeah.
Hey guys, you
Aquaman.
this Batman guy? We're gonna make him 3 more times just so you guys know we made Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah, DC Comics Lego line featuring such famous characters as White Suit Batman, Aquaman, Batman or Dark Knight Rises Bane, Batman, Flight Batman.
Well, it is actually funny. It's funny you mentioned that. That actually is almost like what they did. If you look at it, it's like they saw Marvel and they said they're basing theirs off of this stupid TV show. We have The Dark Knight Rises coming out. Let's just mass promote Batman over and over.
And then Aquaman too.
Aquaman.
Oh,
Kids
Aquaman.
love
Throw in
Aquaman.
Aquaman, so there. Let's throw in Aquaman, so there's some other things there. The people who are Batman fans can enjoy something.
Well,
But yeah, I guess that's as good a transition as any.
No, it's not.
Yeah,
those Marvel figures, boy. I guess as a comic fan, I nitpick a lot because I know what they're supposed to look like, quote unquote. But yeah, they're actually pretty good. I just wish, they would start doing stuff, maybe not just based on, the newest TV show or the newest movie, but actually utilize the line.
But Kahi, if they stop doing stuff based on the newest TV show, we end up with White Suit Batman, Aquaman, Batman in Flight Batman.
That's just bad decision on DC's part. I mean, okay, to be completely honest, right? Where's Green Lantern was released last year. That's a no-brainer, Lego. That's like, no duh. They should at least make one Green Lantern set. But nope.
No.
Aquaman.
I think Lego avoided the Green Lantern like the plague.
That's Alan Scott, LJ. Give it a break, okay? Come on.
I didn't say anything.
How
guys. I didn't say anything.
Great there! Oh my God, Guy.
Holy.
Green Lantern.
Hey, I wasn't saying anything, guys.
All the kids love Green Lantern.
I sure hope not. It's not
All the kids and the men. I'm done.
wow. Good.
Okay.
Sorry.
So,
I'm
I'm shaking my head. Minifigure.
Now here.
Okay. Yeah, that I don't know. There's Nick Fury doesn't look as great as his old one. Venom looks amazing. I'm honestly
I
concerned.
thought we were moving on to DC.
He gets his opinions.
I'm not done. No,
You are now! Everyone else was just like, I like the figures, or I don't like the figures. Now you're going in depth. Screw
Figure.
in depth. We're on to DC.
Figure guy.
Yeah. No longer will we have minifigures. We will now have Nick figures.
Okay, Kai, carry on.
no, that's pretty much it. Darker Blue and Spider-Man. That's all I got.
Yeah, I agree. It looks far too bright and there's too much of it. But anyway. So with the DC minifigures, it's interesting. As we've already covered, they're mainly Batman with Aquaman thrown in. The current understanding is based on these figures, it's already been confirmed we are getting actually a Superman set or two, because, Man of Steel.
Yeah.
And there are going to be sets to promote that movie. But based on the minifigures here, it's looking like there are going to be only 3 sets. And it's going to be an Arkham Asylum set featuring, villains in custody. And then Harley Quinn disguised or not disguised in like a doctor's outfit, which, I guess we'll see more about that. Yeah, therapist. And then a set with White Suit Batman, Mr. Freeze, and Aquaman. And then a Dark Knight Rises set featuring Bane, Gordon, and Batman.
Yeah.
So let's look at this individually by set. What do you guys think of like the Arkham Asylum stuff?
Red Robin?
All the villains and,
We have Penguin. Who's Penguin? Who's short. With the large top hat. We have Mr. Freeze, who's Mr. Freeze with a fancy headgear thing. For whatever reason, we have Scarecrow. Who, even though Scarecrow is like probably my favorite villain ever, sans Joker, it's kind of just thrown in there. We've got Joker in prison, we've got Poison Ivy, and we've got Harley Quinn in disguise, plus a guard and the SWAT.
Most generic-looking guard ever.
I know, right? This is Lego City police officer transferring from Lego City to Gotham City.
Lego City to Gotham, to Arkham Asylum.
What a switch!
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
There's the winged Batman and then Red Robin.
Yeah.
They look cool.
Although, okay, I do just kind of have to point this out. If the white Batman is, I don't even know what's up with that, so I'm not going to comment on that. The Batman without the wings is Dark Knight Rises Batman, and the Batman with the wings is like animated / older Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah. The circle around his bat figure. Yeah. It's probably Batman animated series Batman.
Which is just as confusing to me as the rest of it, because... Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It would make more sense to me if they would just stick with one style of Batman figure and then whatever. Bane makes no sense to me at all because, well, Bane, of course I haven't seen the movie because nobody had. But
Christopher Nolan has.
Christopher Nolan doesn't count. He made it.
Yeah,
But-
The Dark Knight Rises said it's going to be like Gordon in his SWAT outfit, and then Batman and Bane, who act. But I actually like Bane, the minifigure. That is, I don't really like the design of the character, but the minifigure is cool.
I don't mind the minifig, but I would have found it cool if they used like the actual Bane, who was like Mexican wrestler on weird steroids.
Yeah,
Yeah.
super steroids. So is there no Catwoman redesign?
Apparently not.
They were too embarrassed by what Catwoman was in the movie to actually make one.
Lol.
Wow.
So wow,
Like-
just wow.
They didn't want to do it. They didn't want to disgrace anyone.
But LJ, it's Selena Kyle.
They didn't want to
AKA
disgrace anybody, and they made an Aquaman minifigure? How did that work?
Yeah.
And
We here at TTV love Aquaman. Because you
I-
fans totally didn't hear the 20 minutes where we were bashing Aquaman in our last recording. That never happened.
Let's put it this way. It's Aquaman. He's kind of cool. If you're
Yeah.
No, not even then.
Fighting Mr. Freeze.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
what do you guys think of the DC minifigures?
I only have two people to comment on.
Aside
I don't like them.
the clones, I like them. But
Okay. Scarecrow looks pretty awesome. I think
Yep.
he's my favorite out of the lot. My least favorite would probably have to be the Guard, of course. But disbarring the Guard is probably Penguin, because
it's
a guy named he's a guy named Arthur Cobblepot. Who's gonna take him seriously? Come on.
Yeah.
And
until he steals Mr. Freeze's freeze gun and tries to kill Batman. That was the most annoying part of the entire Arkham City.
Arkham City.
True. I'll agree. Red Robin, wish he was Nightwing, and Aquaman, I wish he was older Aquaman with the beard and the war armor and the hook for a left hand. That's about it.
It's like awkward.
Aquaman!
Yeah.
This is
Wow.
not very impressive, really. Too much Batman stuff. Last year was all Batman. This year is all Batman. I think I'm personally done with Batman.
Here's the funny thing with DC. They're going to have 2 years so far. We already know last year there was Batman and then there was one Superman set. This year it's Batman and guess who the other person is?
Batman.
No, it's Superman.
Oh my
Man
god.
of Steel again. And then Aquaman to appease the people that want more.
I have this random thought. Something tells me the DC thing is going to turn into the new Star Wars Lego, where it never ends and it really just starts becoming the same sets over and over and over again.
Oh yeah.
I guess the difference is with Star Wars, there's so many sets you can make from the movies. I think they've basically made every set you can make from those movies.
Yeah.
But with comics, there's so many sets you can do.
Yeah.
They just are making the same ones over and over again.
But as far as minifigs go, it's just as glaring, because you look over 2 years, we've got how many Batman minifigures now? Like...
Too many. Way too many.
Yeah. And, you look at the Lego Star Wars, we must have at least 8 different designs of Darth Vader and, 1,200 different Stormtrooper/clone designs, and it's just too much. This is why I never got into collecting minifigures.
Yeah. Well, okay.
Let's move on.
Yeah, that about wraps it up for the minifigures.
Does VAR have anything to say?
Var never has anything to say.
I hate them.
Okay. That's good.
It is good. Thank you for realizing.
I actually dislike Marvels. not the minifigures themselves, but the fact that they exist at all. Like half those
Yeah.
shouldn't even
Oh yeah.
be there. They're well designed, but Beetle.
Yeah,
Anyway.
I know, right?
And then I hate DC because it's Batman overdosed with the side of Aquaman for no reason, and then put the two together, and you have a very mediocre start to the year. I hope the Iron Man 3 set will be good.
Same.
Okay. So now, continuing on with LEGO's presence at Comic-Con, there are actually 2 sets that got revealed, one of which is An Unexpected Journey. I think that's what it's called. Is it? I'm not sure.
Unexpected
From the
Gathering.
Hobbit.
Wasn't it?
Oh, An Unexpected Gathering, not Journey, from the Hobbit movie. And then the other is a Rancor Pit for Star Wars. You guys' thoughts on An Unexpected Gathering?
Greatest set ever. I'm getting it.
Like I said before,
Yep.
it looks like a mock that would be featured on some Lego page, like Eurobricks or mock pages or something. It looks like someone, like a mockist did it. It just, I don't know how else to say it, but it has a different style to it than a lot of other Lego sets. There's an abundant use of different colored parts. It's used rather creatively, and there's a lot of attention to detail. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's quite good. Keeney, what do you think?
I absolutely love it. I think compared to the old, honestly, I was afraid that there would be any of like the Hobbit Lego sets because the sets that they made for the Lord of the Rings before this. I mean, how long did people want Lego sets for Lord of the Rings? Like years, and then we got literal pieces of that were overpriced and really, really pathetic, like Helm's Deep.
Yeah, Helm's Deep.
So this is lovely.
Mm-hmm.
Although it's
Okay.
probably going to cost you like $500. So
Oh, yeah. The current price point people are looking at, it's not ridiculous. It's looking to be maybe like $60.
oh, well, in that case, it's not.
I don't know. It's still
Lego.
pretty expensive for such a small set.
Mm-hmm.
You could buy Halo 4 with that. Speaking of...
Yeah.
That made a great transition when we put that...
Yeah.
Well,
Well, yeah. And then the Rancor Pit is interesting because the set itself isn't that impressive, but it's designed to fit underneath a set they actually released a while ago called Jabba's Palace, which I thought it was an original set, but apparently it is in fact a remake of an older Star Wars set, so nothing to praise about there. Except this one they're actually putting on Lego DLC to sets already released to increase their play value.
You know,
The Rancor looks nice.
I remember 5 years ago, probably more, because my sense of time is bad. There was a Jabba's Palace set, and it was
I
like $120. Wasn't big, but it had the Rancor Pit included in the set. You know, and yeah, she would buy the Jabba's Palace set, get the Rancor Pit. But now you got to buy the Jabba's Palace set, and then you got to buy the Rancor Pit separately. What's next? We're gonna have to buy Jabba.
We're gonna have like an Ultra Build Hero Factory style figure.
We're gonna have to buy the individual sections of Jabba's Palace just to get the full set.
Yep.
Sweet.
I have to say, though, I don't mind the notion of, like, having Lego sets that can, like, fit together. Not like Lego Minecraft in that way, but, like, just other normal sets that can just fit together more than just putting them side by side or whatever. I like the notion, if not the
Well,
actual execution.
unfortunately, that's what they did with the Lord of the Rings sets, right? They tried that, and they did it with, like, some of the Castle ones, I think, but Lord of the Rings, those sets, all of them were supposed to go together and create a big Helm's Deep or something like that, and none of them really...
Here's the thing, that they were supposed to combine, like, Attack on Weathertop with Helm's Deep. How would that work?
I did not know that.
Don't those two take place at separate times?
Yeah.
It's very strange. But,
Yeah.
yeah.
It was, I liked the notion of buying two sets and being able to have them connect together. But, I mean, come on. Give us two sets, not a set and then a part of a set.
Okay. Well, that actually about wraps it up for LEGO's presence at Comic-Con. There was, in fact, supposed to be another thing. Just because today they held a Ninjago panel. And there was this huge announcement that was supposed to be made about Ninjago. And unless I'm mistaken, I'm doing a double check right now. Just to see if it was ever even revealed. I'm not seeing anything about it. So whatever announcement they were making is very ambiguous, and apparently it's not anything too big, or else it'd be all over the internet. So, I suppose
random thing we can talk about. Lego Lord of the Rings game.
Yeah, that actually looks very cool. I've seen footage.
Indeed. It does.
Like, it's a Lego game. There've been a lot of those, but Lord of the Rings style looks very cool.
It's Lego Lord of the Rings. Do want.
Well, a lot of people said that about the sets, and like that turned out. Lego Lord of the Rings. Do want.
You know what? That was before they charged $150 for a literal piece of crap called Helm's Deep.
Helm's Deep. Okay.
But Helm's Deep was good, Keeney.
Helm's Deep was...
Calm down.
But Keeney...
Father.
Don't antagonize the Keeney.
Helm's Deep was the best set ever.
Go. Would have been tempted to agree with you. But it's Helm's Deep, and it's a piece of crap. It really shouldn't even exist.
But Keeney...
Without having actually Helm's Deep. Because
okay. Wow.
Helm's Deep was amazing.
No, it wasn't!
But, yeah.
I don't even know what you're talking about!
That about wraps it up for LEGO's presence at Comic-Con. Now we can move into the other sections of our interest, including stuff which we've not previously talked about on TTV. I see some of you may not know this, but everyone here right now is a very avid fan of Halo, though some people here would disagree.
Hey, I only play the game with you guys. Okay, yeah, I guess it's about time.
It's fine, LJ.
It's time to face the music, LJ.
I enjoy Halo, and it's fun playing it with you guys.
Yeah.
I'm not as I am only a game player, though, and I am not...
Yeah.
I am not a avid follower of the lore.
Yeah.
The actual story.
Yeah, we all play Halo. We've played Halo 3, Halo 3 ODST, Reach. Looking forward to Halo 4. Very excited for Halo 4 fans. I've played Halo 1 and Halo 2. LJ has not, even though we actually did play Halo Custom Edition for the PC for years. And still will. As soon as certain conditions are met, basically we all play Halo. That Halo 4 is looking very promising in so many ways. We have been following Halo 4 since it was announced last year, and it's going to be great. We've actually never talked about it on TTV before, but at every event, especially Comic-Con and, E3, PAX East, RTX. Yeah, RTX. Every major convention Halo 4 has a presence at, usually. And at Comic-Con, a bunch of stuff got revealed, though nothing in specific we're going to talk about. We're just going to be talking about Halo 4 for a bit, but, a couple interesting things to kind of kickstart this whole deal. What do you guys think of, Halo 4's game mode structure, seeing as they're, rebranding multiplayer into war games, and they have all this loadout customization, and then Spartan Ops, and then the campaign, and it's all interconnected in the fiction, which has actually never been done before. What are your guys' thoughts on their direction they're taking the game?
I hate it. I think that it doesn't feel like Halo anymore, and I think that it's more like Battlefield 3.
I'm gonna hold off because I know LJ's making fun of me, but since I'm the
No.
one
I'm not actually directing that toward you, Keeney. I'm just stereotyping most naysayers of Halo 4.
Yeah, because it's not just you.
Because, yeah, you like Halo 4. I'm talking about the people who absolutely don't like Halo 4 at all.
I'm still gonna hold off on my opinions though, because as the person who's played it the longest, I have the most to say.
Oh,
Okay.
actually, go ahead. I have nothing to say. I like the game. I think it's going to be very fun, and I'm sick of Reach. That's it.
How about that there energy sword?
Don't speak to me about energy swords, Bethel! Don't speak to me about things that they were good, but now bad.
Not bad. They're
You started to sound like Caboose there, LJ. Don't speak to me about things that were good, but now bad.
I like buttons. Beep boop pop, beep boop. I'm done. Go on.
Yeah. Actually, I'm going to interject here and get my opinions in because they're relatively short as well. For me, Halo 4, I'm an interesting person because my favorite game mode is BTB. Big Team Battle. Vehicular Combat. That is the thing which I find most fun about Halo multiplayer, that is. To put it in perspective, it's not my favorite thing about the whole game, but it's my favorite game mode. So for me, the thing which I'm always interested in hearing more about is vehicular combat, big team battle maps, large-scale action, how the system's going to work, etc. And news on that has been pretty bad, to say the least. Pretty non-existent. We've seen one map and 3 vehicles, and they're all the basic vehicles. Warthog, Ghost, Mongoose, the basics. So for me, every time news comes out, I'm always glad. I'm like, okay, I just want to hear a bit more about Big Team Battle. Come on. Just a little bit more.
Well,
anything new? No. However, I will say, in Halo 4, I am looking forward to the loadout customization system. The fact that ranking up in general, it at least now has a purpose, even though, you could say in the past games it did too. But what I mean by that is it actually now significantly affects your gameplay. Instead of like in Reach, you rank up, you get credits to buy armor that really doesn't change anything except personalization, which is important. But, the whole loadout system of being able to buy weapons and stuff to customize yourself with, I find it very promising. I'm looking forward to that whole system. Being able to say, okay, how do I play? Let me tailor a loadout for my play style, and then go into game mode and own everyone with my uber skills. Make people walk into grenades, for I will not do that anymore.
yeah, you will, Meso. That's your Achilles heel, good sir. Grenades. No matter what,
He's got a
grenade
indicator now.
No matter what they do to the game, Meso, you shall always walk into grenades.
Yeah.
You're a grenade magnet. It's just how it is.
Well, yeah. For me, I'm looking forward to the game very much. For me, the one thing which I'm interested in hearing about besides vehicles is brute weaponry and vehicles, because I think that that's an important subclass, almost as important as normal elite weaponry. Because, they have the human weapons, they have the elite weapons, they have Promethean weapons, but brutes had their whole deal to the Spiker is a perfect loadout gun. The Mauler, I would not mind as a loadout gun, because it's not an insta-kill at close range like the normal shotgun. Granted, it is a shoot, one shot of the Mauler and then a melee will kill, but, that's besides the point. It wouldn't be as broken. And then the 2 brute vehicles, and then the brute shot, my favorite personal Halo weapon. I will be very upset if they leave them out, though I will understand for story reasons. But I was just talking to Keeney earlier about the state of brutes in the Halo universe, and if there's a chance they're going to be in the game, and I'm holding out hope, even though it's not looking too good.
It's extremely unlikely from any standpoint, but
yeah,
that doesn't mean the weapons won't appear, of course.
Yeah,
but
that's my stance on Halo 4. Who wants to go next?
Var, got anything to add?
It looks great.
Var is just like, I don't care. It looks great. That's all I gotta say to you.
Yeah, it does.
It does.
What about you, Kai?
Yeah, it looks great. I mean, like, that's... You basically covered everything. Well, what else am I supposed to say?
What weapon are you looking forward to the most?
I like DMR. I know Joe hates that, but I'm just better with it.
DMR over BR. IMO.
I like being able to choose your weapons. That's going to be nice. Like having a shot reticule that tells you after we shot somebody will be nice for me as well, as will the grenade notifier. As far as anything else goes, just like they've made a lot of improvements. I'm excited to see what they do with Forge, because Forge is going to be awesome.
Even though we've already seen what they've done with Forge.
Not all of it.
Not all of it. A lot of it.
Only a pretty brief look at it.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't care. That brief look was more than enough for me.
I mean, like, just what people will do with Forge. Not exactly what, what Microsoft's going to do with it, but what people will do with Forge once it comes out, because it's a lot easier to do stuff. With those trait-specific zones. That's going to be nice to, I'm hoping for different game types. Not like, adding it, but like different creative approaches to playing, like we have on.
This is kind of off topic, but not really. But the from Halo 3 to Reach, there was a massive decrease in the amount of creative games that you could make, right?
Yeah.
Just because, despite the limitations of the actual Forge objects being removed, there were way more limitations that were introduced.
Yeah.
Right? With the trait zones and stuff like that, I totally can see everything that Halo 3 had, creative gameplay-wise, and more coming back.
Yeah.
Between the trait zones and the other such things, and the dynamic lighting.
Choosing your pose is going to be interesting. I'm tired of seeing everybody in that same awkward holding the DMI and breathing pose.
Yeah.
That was a pretty sad pose to have made.
I guess, so pretty much covered everything. I'm not an in-depth Halo fan, as I am like comics, so I don't really know that much about it, but I am excited for it.
No. I'm just hoping the sword's been nerfed as much as I think it is.
I know, me too. LJ's like the biggest sword noob ever of all time. So I
would have preferred had they just take the whole sword out of it to begin with, but I'll be fine as long as it's nerfed.
I don't mind the sword. I just hope that it's not a one-hit wonder where you get it and you can win.
LJ, do you have anything or issue with a rebuttal?
I think he BRB'd.
Okay, well, he'll never know you said that.
No, he will.
Good.
Anyway. This is the episode.
He doesn't listen
listen to episodes.
Oh.
Anyway,
It's
okay. It's your time.
Alrighty. Well, love it so far. Aside a few things, like it's funny. I like how the game is being what's the word, developed apart from the way the old Halo games were, but at the same time, some of the new features they've added are kind of making me I guess. I don't really know how to describe it, but it's like, I like the loadout, the idea of the loadout system and the kind of different perks and the stuff that you can get that help you out so you can tailor your character to your play style and do even better. But on the other hand, I don't really feel that Halo needs it because it's gone 5 and, a half games without it. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So, there's that, right? I mean, I'm sure they'll do fine with it and that'll be a great system, but part of me still feels that it's not needed. But I guess we'll just see how much it is needed when the actual game comes out. Kind of the same idea with the grenade indicator. That's my main thing. Old J's people have been giving me flack for it, also GTFO Venom. The people have been giving me flack for the grenade indicator because I don't like it. But I don't feel it's needed. So
I feel it's needed.
That's cool then. My turn to talk, bro.
Nope.
Hi, Venom. We have a special guest, Ben.
Even though he's not special at all.
Yeah, regular Van Haven.
Hey, nothing. Hello, everyone. You know me. I'm Venom. I'm here. Now,
Your mic quality
no,
is very
no
low.
longer.
You sound
no
like
longer.
you're in the bathroom.
Yeah. No, because every special guest deserves their echo. Before they get lost.
Oh my god. Just
Okay.
Okay. Oh.
I just came in to say, Keeney, I disagree with you. All right, everyone, you all
Cool.
have a good
You can disagree with me all you want. I wasn't done talking.
Get
So.
stuck on the episode.
Thank you.
Halo 4 is going to be awesome. Comic-Con, woohoo, epic win.
Yep.
If you disagree with me, go die.
It's funny because I agree with you.
It's funny, but you're dead. Okay, guys. See ya.
Bye.
Okay, then.
That was fantastic. Anyway, carry on.
Oh my god. Where was I? Grenade indicator getting flack for not liking it. Okay, yeah, well, I like a lot of the stuff that they've added in. I think it's a cool idea. I think it'll be useful, but I don't necessarily like it in its, implementation. Because I think, personally for me, part of the beauty of the grenades in Halo is that, you can actually get the odd kill with them without having to, have a game mechanic like in COD where you can cock the grenade, hold it in your hand until it's just about to explode, then throw it in someone's face, right? So for me, the grenade indicators, the grenades have already been nerfed, they've said, from Reach. So depending on how badly they have been nerfed in relation to everything else, the grenade indicator is either going to it's not going to change the way grenades function, or it's going to totally ruin the point of grenades. For me, at least, because grenades were always something I'd use. I'd be like, hey, toss them down a corridor, maybe get some guy's shields partially down, and then open up and get them, right, and get the point. But if they have a grenade indicator, suddenly that tactic doesn't work. So there's that. But other than that, everything else they've done, I love. I love the art style. I love all of the stuff they've done with the story. I love the Spartan Ops especially. I love Forge.
Dynamic lighting.
Dynamic lighting, exactly. Honestly, considering the complete lack of faith I had in it, before all of this info started surfacing, because I'll admit it, I was probably one of the first people to hear about Halo 4 just go, this is going to be a complete piece of crap.
That's because not disappointing. Halo 3's mangled Reach. It's just so.
This was before they started doing their updates to Reach, though.
Well.
This when it was first announced. When it was first announced, I thought it was the dumbest thing they could have ever done. Was do a Halo 4, right? But that's just me. And now with all of this information that they've released and all of the new stuff that we're seeing, I actually, my faith is restored, and I actually think the game is going to be great. But
yeah,
you're right. I'm here to step in once more to say one last thing.
Somebody kick him out of the country.
Oh, wait. Please, this is important.
No, it's not. There we go.
Oh my god.
Okay, just hear me out. Hear me out.
I'm not listening.
The Venom minifigure is awesome.
Oh my god.
Oh, wow.
wow.
Venom out.
Venom away!
Oh, what was that?
Should
What was that?
have gone Venom away.
Does anybody else feel like kicking him out of the conversation right now? Making sure that again.
Nah, I don't know.
I'm getting sick of my little Halo rants getting interrupted by him. Anyways,
I'm getting sick of your little Halo rants, period.
I told you I'd go last because I had lots to say. I warned you. Anyway.
Keeney and Halo's like me in comics and minifigures. We don't shut up.
It is.
favor.
Well, yeah, the deal with me with Halo 4 is I was initially very skeptical because of 343's interesting choices with the Reach and Anniversary and all that stuff with the 3-shot pistol, which shouldn't exist, and then all their giving armor lock a health bar, which was ridiculous, and then all the other stuff they did. But I think that if this is going to be a success like everyone thinks it is, they can finally prove themselves and reclaim their good name, because currently all people know of them from actual experience and not footage is the Halo Reach title update, the playlist update, and Anniversary. And the majority of people dislike most of those three. I think they're doing good, though. I think they're doing... Looking forward to it. It's going to be great.
Woo!
So,
That's what
yeah.
you think. I mean, yeah.
At the actual Comic-Con, there was just a bunch of random bits of information, but nothing to talk about at length. Although I guess there is Forward into Dawn. How about that, guys?
I love the trailer. I want to see it.
Yeah, the trailer was pretty epic.
There's Susan from
Trailer was
Narnia.
cool.
And
You
yeah,
are a
what's
guy who can teach you lesson.
You know, considering this is like the second time we've had rumors of an actual footage of a live-action Halo thing, I'm really excited for it because it actually seems like it won't be bad, and it'll be epic win, and yeah.
Yeah. It's looking good to me, personally.
Yeah,
And then
that'll
also
be pretty awesome.
there's the whole stuff in like Halo 4 about being able to carry a pistol while you're holding the flag, which I actually like a lot. It uses the dual wielding mechanics from Halo 3, which is not actually in the game. Epic sigh.
Lol.
I like it. It makes the flag carrier less useless.
Yep.
Yay! Now when I
But
go
on-
grab the flag, you guys actually have someone to, do something instead of sit in the side seat of a warthog looking helpless as he's shot out by enemy warthog turrets.
Although,
Very-
the other side of that is how many times do you think we're going to end up with people who get the flag and just shoot right in the enemy pistol?
Probably a good amount of people will just, I hope I have a pistol, I'll be able to kill people. Let me be a professional and kill everyone in my way and walk all the way back to base with the flag by myself, and then they get owned. That'd actually be pretty funny. It'd be unfortunate for the team, but it'd be pretty funny.
Wow. Yeah, funny. That's the word for it.
Yeah, that's for Halo 4. Woo. Looking forward to November 6th. Anyway.
Looking forward to
Yeah.
killing the asshole back.
Another game that we're all fans of is the Mass Effect series.
Woo!
Fans being very loosely.
Woo.
I'm a fan. Keeney's a fan. I don't know about you guys.
I
Fan
consider
is
myself
actually-
a fan, but when it comes to Mass Effect 3 news, I'm just like, I don't care.
I'm the only one here in this current call at the time of this recording who has played Mass Effect 3 but never played the campaign.
Yeah.
You're the only one
Which I
here that
still
never
think
completed the
is
campaign.
dumb.
Everybody else has.
It's actually pretty funny, the story of how we got into Mass Effect, so I cannot say the same for Var and Keen or even Kyle. But I got into Mass Effect because I randomly downloaded the demo one day on Xbox Live and said, oh, this has free multiplayer. Let's play it with friends.
Yeah, man, let's do it. Oh.
And then I got hooked on the multiplayer, and then I was like, well, now I have to get this game. The multiplayer is so fun. And then I said, I have to actually check out the meat of the game, the single player, and I did, and then I was hooked on that too. And now I'm actually taking an interesting approach. Interesting being a very fitting term. I'm playing the game series in reverse. Mass Effect 3, then Mass Effect 2, then Mass Effect 1. And I've completed Mass Effect 2, and now I just need to secure a copy of Mass Effect 1. And then replay it in correct order. And all will be well with the world.
I
love the
procured a copy of Mass Effect 1.
If by
Ironically-
procured you mean torrented.
Yes. don't spread all my secrets around, Katie. No, but actually, I got it.
But they're not
Ironically,
your
not
secrets.
knowing that Mass Effect 3 is going to be released soon. I just randomly decided to try it out one day, and I was like halfway done with it, and Meso came on and was like, "Oh, do you see the demo for Mass Effect 3's out?" So I tried that, and yeah, the rest is history. I tried the campaign. I tried the multiplayer. I also procured Mass Effect 3 when it came out. And now I procured Mass Effect 2, and I'm currently playing it right now.
Okay.
Wow, just
Wow.
That's,
Yeah.
Cheap, man.
Mass Effect actually had a pretty strong presence at Comic-Con, though in all the wrong ways.
oh well.
First off, they showed a trailer for a prequel anime that actually takes place before Mass Effect 3. I'm not sure if it's a movie or like a mini-series. That's called Mass Effect Paragon Lost. And it follows one of the most exciting and non-boring squad mates in the entire Mass Effect series, James Vega,
Yeah.
through his adventures.
Totally.
I'm sorry. I just can't get over that.
Ignoring the fact that I'm one of those people who used Vega only when he had to, and then after that basically ignored Vega and Ashley and everyone but
I didn't ignore
everyone
Ashley.
but Liara and
Yeah,
Garrus.
I ignored
Yeah,
Vega.
I didn't ignore Ashley.
Liara and Garrus. I used Liara and Javik during my playthrough.
Oh yeah, you got the Profian.
Yeah, I use Liara and Ashley the most out of all the other ones.
I used well, anyhow, it's not
I
important.
used what was his name, Javik a lot once I got him.
Oh yeah, Javik's great. Javik plus Liara equal unstoppable by a combo train. I don't know why I threw in train.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Because you
So
like
you-
trains?
Oh god.
Lots and lots of train!
Well, yeah. Out of all the amazing characters Mass Effect has, I picked James.
What are you guys' thoughts on Paragon Lost?
I haven't
Don't
seen
care.
any footage of it. You know, it's kind of funny. Mass Effect is one of those games where I love the story in it, but as soon as the story moves outside of the game, I kind of ignore it. Unlike in Halo and the like, where and it's actually funny because I love the story of Mass Effect more than I like the story of something like Halo, and yet I actually pay attention to stuff outside of the games more in Halo than I do Mass Effect.
Huh.
But then again, that could be also because of the difference in the way the game works. Like, for me, it's like, that's cool and all, but I don't really care about James Vega at all. And it doesn't affect my game whether or not I watch this, so I'm just going to ignore it.
I guess for me, the main difference is that for Halo, I'm sort of watching a story, but for Mass Effect, I'm living it. Like, you know, these are my decisions. This is my Shepard. This is what. So when you start to talk about people that isn't my Shepard, I'm not really all that interested. As opposed to Halo, which I just watch. So anything else, it's sort of part of the package.
I like how on the YouTube video for the trailer, there's more dislikes than likes. Just throwing that out there. It's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Well,
I also find it funny how
I want to.
I find it funny how it's from, like, what does it say? The creators of Ghost in the Shell and the writer of Star Wars: The Clone Wars.
That's a pedigree for you.
I can't take it seriously. The animation style is just so
Yeah.
bizarre.
There's like
The
some
animation-
Krogan with an eye patch.
Okay.
The Krogan don't even
animation-
look like Krogan. They look like dragon things.
Yeah.
That's why I don't like anime.
It doesn't look like anything. It looks too cartoonish, I guess. Is that the right word? Like, especially with
Yeah.
James' face. It's
It
Too
barely even
awkward.
looks like James. The only thing that you even see that resembles James is the Mohawk thing.
yeah. I guess it's just there are parts of it that look awesome. Like the animation is really well done in parts, but those aren't the parts that include people or characters. You know, the parts of, there's explosions or firefights or whatever, and parts of it look really well done, real animated. And the other parts, like, zoom up into people's face and stuff, it looks bad.
Yeah.
I think it's the same kind of idea as the Halo Legends anime was.
Exactly.
Because the game has one art style, and of course anyone making an anime or a comic or something, they're going to put their own art style in it. But what gets me and what annoys me is that when you have something like Mass Effect or Halo, where the art style and the way things look is so, obvious, and this is the way they look. There's no room for, these subtle or these glaring differences, right? Like, you can have a little difference in the, say, style of armor, but no, this is the way the character looks and he acts and stuff. And then they take it and they make it into something like this where they completely ignore that. It kind of makes me cry inside.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, it worked for Halo Legends, though, personally. Or to me, at least. I thought, because that art style at least had more of a realistic look to it. This just looks really cartoony.
Yeah, exactly. Realistic isn't too bad. I guess for Halo, though, we have Master Chief. Oh, I have no idea what Halo Legends was about, so it might not have been about Master Chief at all. But for me,
some of them were, some of them weren't.
Okay.
It was in, parts.
Well, I guess for Master Chief, you have a guy completely in armor, and you have Cortana, who's basically, her main feature is that she's a glowing blue lady, as opposed to, any features on her face. So she looked different, as long as she still got that basic thing about her, I wouldn't be too concerned about what she looked like. But Mass Effect, a lot of them just basically have the faces and I'm losing my words here. Faces are very well defined. Like, the characters are recognizable. You can catch them from anywhere. That's one of the things. They look like real people. And it just doesn't transfer here. And it's not realistic. It should be a lot more realistic than it is.
Well, and continuing on with the Halo Legends versus this comparison, Halo Legends was done by a bunch of different anime studios, and really when you had a character like the Master Chief or Cortana, they stayed fairly true to the games. It was when you got into, the other stuff where they tried to go into the Covenant and you had elites who had samurai armor and samurai swords and stuff, or you had elite females. That was the first problem. Elite females who had actual mouths like humans. That's when you start getting into annoying stuff like that. But they kind of tried to balance that out by being as close to what they could with the humans, right? But in this, it's like they've just kind of disregarded all of the Mass Effect stuff to kind of have their own little art style, which kind of is stupid.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, that's Paragon Lost. No, it's pretty interesting. I'm actually going to try and see it when it comes out, just for the heck of it. It'd probably be an interesting experience. I still need to watch Halo Legends. I've actually never seen that either.
Never watched.
Just more stuff I need to watch.
Halo Legends is pretty good. There's good stuff in it and there's bad stuff in it, but there's a few really, really, really good episodes in it.
My name is Spartan 1337. Oh, wait, that's not.
That one isn't one of them.
Yeah.
So I will admit, I did lull when I watched that. So I guess it did. Well.
Out of all of them, that one was probably the best for what it tried to do, because it was trying to be funny and it did that really well. And it wasn't dumb about it either. Well, okay, it was really dumb because it was dumb humor, but it wasn't. I'm gonna make this elites a samurai. Yeah. I'm gonna pretend like elites have a samurai culture and that Forerunner ruins look like Japanese dojo.
Well, I mean, elites do kind of have a samurai culture, though.
To a point. But they don't have samurai armor, and they don't have samurai, Japanese houses, and Forerunner ruins have a set style. They do not look like dojos.
Well, yeah.
You don't pretend it changes stuff like that.
So yesterday, Mass Effect had a panel. Now, for weeks, since the Extended Cut DLC was released, which was the DLC they made to clarify and make better the endings of Mass Effect 3, which everyone hated for different reasons. Some because the ending was bad, some because that was not what they promised. Some didn't hate it but found it lacking and were like, oh, they're making a DLC? Well, that's going to fix everything.
Nope.
It certainly sparked discussion. That's, to put it very mildly. I personally walked away feeling extremely disappointed and angry, but that's just me. I know, actually, it's not. I know I'm not alone, but... So, in the Extended Cut files, there was actually dialogue segments and script for an upcoming DLC that were actually included by mistake. And this DLC has actually been confirmed to be in production by one of the voice actors who's voicing a dude in it. It's a DLC that's going to go in-depth into, like, the Reaper's origins, the species that was used to make the first Reaper, Harbinger. It's going to feature a rogue Reaper, etc. So, you know, it sounds cool, and everyone was expecting them to make a DLC announcement at their panel, because that's actually what had been promised. Expect news on future Mass Effect content. So it gets to the end of the panel after they dodge questions and complaints about the ending for a good hour, make a bunch of jokes about living that has now stirred up so much controversy, it's not even funny. And they say, okay, direct your attention to the screen. We've got a special surprise for what's in store. And then this picture flashes up on the screen.
Yeah.
So this joke is this is going to be totally irrelevant to you guys listening because it's an inside joke. But hey guys, the new DLC is just another Atlas.
Yep.
Should we bother explaining that to them?
No.
No.
It's not relevant enough to be explained. Suffice to say, it was a multiplayer scenario that popped up.
Yeah.
Honestly, I find the best part about this the URL that Meso linked, because it says ME3 teaser watermarked.
Yep.
Watermarked.
Yeah.
That's the best part about this.
This is a picture of an Atlas underwater.
See, as a teaser pic, I would be totally fine with this. But as the fancy announcement of a DLC, like, what the heck were they thinking?
You know, right?
So, basically, everyone's up in arms about this, though there actually was a water sequence mentioned in the dialogue files, so it is basically, you know, that DLC is coming, this is it, but still, an underwater Atlas.
Woo.
That's
I would have preferred a video or something. Comic-Con is a massive event. They should have had something to show for it.
That's the thing. For weeks they'd been teasing that they were prepping this 2-minute video to show at Comic-Con. There was a lot of work put into it, and it was going to be a big announcement about something Mass Effect related. Naturally, you'd think that's the single-player DLC. They showed the DLC for the latest multiplayer expansion, Earth. It's a DLC trailer. Now, here's the thing about that. With the DLC trailer, it's a multiplayer trailer. It'd be different if it was like the announcement trailer, but we'd already known about it for a good month beforehand because it got leaked.
Oh,
and then it was confirmed like 5 days earlier.
Oh, and Kate Meso, when was this put up again? Was that yesterday or?
The DLC trailer's actually not been put up online. Filming wasn't allowed, and then this, it was held yesterday.
But I mean, like, this picture was shown yesterday, right? Yeah, well, Mass Effect Earth comes out in 2 days, as of this recording. Or what is it, like...
2 days.
Is it this month? Yeah. Comes out in 2 days, so... Yeah.
That's the other thing. They're going to release the trailer to the public on July 17th. Ironically, the day the DLC comes out.
Oh, really?
Now, here's the problem with that. A launch trailer is all well and good, but when it's the only trailer for your expansion pack, here's a question. Why would anyone watch the trailer when they could go play the DLC?
That's a very good question.
It's like, I'm gonna go out of my way to find this trailer, and I'm gonna watch this trailer instead of going on Xbox.
Okay. Here's another part of that. Who in their right mind is gonna go watch a trailer for a DLC that's free?
I know, right?
Because the DLC is free, so it doesn't matter if it looks like a good DLC or not. You may as well just get it. It's free.
You know, maybe,
You'll find out either way.
maybe they have internet as bad as I do, and while they're
Jay,
waiting,
the only reason you
while
have
they're waiting,
bad internet
while
is
they're
because
waiting,
your brother can't stop downloading.
no, while they're waiting for it to download.
Yeah, LJ,
they
I think your
decide to
brother has a
watch it.
problem.
Yeah, he does. He's addicted to downloading things that he barely ever plays, like Battlefield 2.
Yeah.
And
If your
some
brother's
stupid 2D pixel game that I
If your
really don't
brother-
remember the name of.
is going
An
to download
AVA.
something, he should download it for free. I mean, he should download paid stuff for free. Don't bother downloading stuff you paid for.
Shut
That's
up,
that's
Josh.
just
Just shut up, Kahi.
I'm
It's
sorry.
downloading no matter what, and that's the problem. Anyways, that's not what this episode is about.
Quick disclaimer, we do not endorse torrenting things. Despite what some of our cast members say, we don't endorse it.
I
No, it's
I
like
never
people's
said anything
internet.
about torrenting. Just downloading.
Get on with it!
People's internet.
Okay.
Maybe they're so bad, like mine, that they instead want to watch the trailer while they wait for the DLC to download.
But LJ, watching the trailer would make the download take even longer.
They download the. Oh wait, no, they can't download the trailer either.
And that was actually the entirety of Mass Effect's presence at San Diego
Comic
That's
Con.
amazing.
See,
Yeah.
now, this is not really Comic Con stuff, but I figure this is as good a time of any to go into that little theory we had there, Meso, just quickly.
Mm-hmm.
The DLC one. Because, see, lots of people were annoyed with the ending of Mass Effect. Why? Because it wasn't the ending they wanted. And really, no matter what you did, your character died, and yeah.
Like to quote the guy from San Diego Comic Con, even in the Destroy ending where Shepard lives, it could just be his last gasp of breath before death. Yeah, that could be it.
Yeah, so really, and to top it all off, no matter what happens, you have a victory, but you not the one you wanted, right?
You either have to commit mass murder by killing off all the Geth and a squad mate of yours. You either have to forcefully combine the DNA of every being in the universe against their will or without their consent to form some kind of freaky machine, half organic, half machine combo, or you have to forcibly take control of your enemies and your allies and become this deity that controls them and makes them do whatever you want.
Yeah. Now,
or you can refuse everything and then everyone you know dies. That's the other option. Anyway, carry on.
See, and that last option was added in the extended cut.
Mm-hmm.
Now, on the one hand, everybody was annoyed about that ending too, because that was like the worst possible ending you could have got. I mean, nobody lives. But then again, that's also kind of the ending you would have expected. I mean, really, who in their right mind as one man with one ship goes up against the most powerful force in the universe, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'd just like to quickly interject here and say that the story, at least the story, is a lot like the story of Firefly and Serenity.
Oh my God, here we
And
go.
you know what? I bet that when they talk about the origin of the Reapers, it's going to be exactly like Serenity. We're going to find out that actually the Cerberus created the Reapers. So they came Cerberus to defeat the Reapers, and we have your pals, Shepard and the gang, trying to prove that Cerberus did this. But you also have a gal on your ship. I'm going to go ahead and say it's Ashley, because she's...
No, it's Jack. It's obviously Jack.
Okay, yeah, it's Jack,
River's
and
obviously
she's like, yeah, Kai, you're right, it is Jack.
Okay.
And she's like, she gets all these visions and illusions, and she's like a Cerberus war machine, and she leads you to where the Cerberus actually, the Cerberus created the Reapers, but you have to go through Reaper territory in order to get through it. Then the Reapers attack you, but you purposefully attack them and lead them up against the Cerberus who are trying to attack you, and the Reapers and Cerberus have this huge epic confrontation as you are weaving in between the ships in epic fashion, like a leaf on the wind, to get down to the planet where you're going to transmit this message out the entire universe on TV screens everywhere.
Thank you for spoiling.
Shadow Broker. There we go.
Thank you for spoiling the entire plot of Firefly for me.
No, it's not the plot
what
of Firefly, it's the plot of Cerberus.
Well,
What if the Elusive Man was actually like a
retarded.
good guy? What if the Elusive Man was actually like a good guy and he was in the future and he has a son, right? He has a son, and in his son in the future goes back in time, and
no, you know what, Var? Even better. No, Garrett, no. Let me go with this one. Come on.
No,
okay,
shut
fine.
up! He goes back in time, and he and Miranda meet up, and see, this son is actually Commander Shepard, right? And him and Miranda have fun time in Mass Effect 2, and then this Shepard ends up having a baby, and the baby goes, "Everyone's dying," and then in the future he grows up.
Okay, well, here, what if it's actually...
He becomes the Elusive Man and goes back in time. That's right, everybody. The Elusive Man is John Connor.
Hey, no. Here, what if it's like this? What if the Elusive Man's actually a good guy who has weird electric powers, goes back in time to stop the Reapers, and gets his past self to kill himself to realize that him.
Wow.
Or maybe a child is born.
What if it turns out?
Okay, go on. Yeah, go on.
What if it turns out that the Elusive Man actually wasn't the Elusive Man? In fact, the real Elusive Man took a glass vial with a virus in it. This virus spreaded the Reaper infection thing. You know how all these guys get turned into like these Reaper zombie things? This vial contained that. He shatters it on the grass and spreads the virus throughout the entire city. And the Elusive Man dying there, and the virus takes his form. Therefore, the Elusive Man goes out to try, forgetting all his memories, he goes out to try to stop the virus, growing all these insane powers and running around through New York City. And wait a minute.
Okay.
So basically, the Elusive Man could be the dude from Infamous. He could be the dude from Prototype. He could be from Firefly. He could be John Connor.
The last one is pretty obvious. A child is born with perfect synthesis, right? And he gets biotic powers, becomes part of an ancient order, but then betrays the entire order and kills them all, and becomes a half man, half machine. Uses biotic powers to choke people.
Oh, I
and
get it.
et cetera.
I see what you're doing there.
Well, okay. Well, let's board back on the
logic
logic train, guys. Let's hop back on.
Me and Meso continue our theory.
Yeah.
That was highly hilarious, though. Anyways, basically, the extended cut added scenes to the endings, but didn't change the endings themselves. But with this new DLC info that's been leaked, we now know that this new DLC is actually going to add dialogue to the end of the game sequence.
Yep.
Right? So you're going to have the option to talk to the Star Child / the Catalyst about the Reapers.
The species that was the people that made the first Reaper and everything.
No. Now, upon hearing that from Senor Meso over there, I actually had a thought, right? Now, people are annoyed enough as it is with BioWare and their DLC thing and the fact that they put the Prothean DLC right in with the collector's edition and all of that stuff. And they're annoyed because they don't get the ending, and they're annoyed with EA for trying to sell half-finished games, yada, yada, yada. But the theory that me and Meso kind of thought up, I don't know if Meso still thinks like this
I
at
do.
all.
It makes a lot of sense.
Basically, the theory is that with every
new story DLC that comes out, because they have said that there's going to be no after-end DLC. The idea is that basically all of the DLC that they're going to release now is going to expand on the Reapers and sort of like other things within that.
Mm-hmm.
Because despite having gone through 3 games, we still don't know a whole lot about Reapers.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. LOL. The dog is freaking out. Yeah. Basically, the idea is that the DLCs will show us more about the Reapers, they will explain more, and each one of them is going to add something to talk to the Catalyst about. Right?
Yeah.
Now, once all of these DLCs are released, because there is a quote, I can't remember from who, that said, if you knew what we were planning for Mass Effect 3, you'd hold on to your copy of the game forever.
Yeah.
Basically, the idea is that the stuff will get added, you'll have new things to talk about to the Catalyst, and the more DLC you get, the closer you get to actually changing the Catalyst's mind about its 3-4 options to win, right? So in a sense, the more DLC you get and the more DLC you release, the closer you get to a quote-unquote perfect ending.
And eventually you'll either be able to argue with him, or they'll implement like the whole indoctrination theory where you refuse him and realize, based on this information you're given, that he's tricking you and that destroys the only option and whatnot.
Yeah. And so through that, you get the option that you wanted.
Yep.
Or that you were hoping for.
Yeah, and that actually makes a lot of sense, IMO, because it carefully avoids, they're not making post-ending DLC. They're going to subtly alter the ending, and then it's going to be just DLC that just so happens to be at the end of the game. Eventually. Yeah. Or the DLC will not be specifically at the end of the game, they'll like just add in that ability, at the end, and then, whatever. It's a very valid theory. I guess we'll just have to see.
Personally, I hope they go through with something like that, because I have... A lot of people have lost faith in BioWare because of this game, but I still think that they know what they're doing for the most part. Maybe that's just because I live where they do. But, please, LJ. But, no, like, it's just, they're not dumb. They do have an idea of what they're doing, and I doubt they'd let their franchise die so quickly after all of the effort that they've put into it, right? So that's kind of what I'm expecting. I know I have a feeling that that's totally not what's going to happen, but it's nice to dream, just like it's nice for the people who were with the indoctrination theory to dream. So
yep.
No, it's not.
But yeah,
just don't like people who dream, LJ.
Don't. We're not gonna go into that.
So. Mass Effect's kind of like on their presence. It was pretty interesting, that's for sure. We got an Atlas Underwater, a trailer for a mediocre-looking thing, and that. So, oh yeah, Earth DLC, guys.
Woo.
Anyway,
including such memorable locations from the Mass Effect universe as Rio
and Vancouver. Oh, wait a second. Never mind.
At least that was in the game.
Yeah.
Rio wasn't. But yeah. Well, now, New York.
I want to see Future China or Future Japan, but nope, Rio.
Hey, you want to see China and Japan in a video game? You can go watch Halo Legends and pretend Forerunner structures or Japanese dojos.
Okay, well, the final thing.
Come on, that was only one episode, Keeney. Calm yourself.
Yeah, still.
Yeah.
It annoys me to know.
The final thing we're going to be talking about today was Marvel's presence at Comic-Con. All their movie announcements, everything they're doing. We already talked about their minifigures and their sets. And Kahi, I'm going to let you handle this. This is your shtick.
It's my turn to rant. Finally. I've been waiting for this time. No, okay, he's kind of short.
So what have you done?
4 different movies have been announced: Captain America, The Winter Soldier, Thor, The Dark World, Ant-Man, and Guardians of the Galaxy. Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm sure everybody's heard of them.
Rocket Raccoon! So,
Guardians.
that movie, Rocket Raccoon is my favorite Marvel character.
Okay, I can't, I don't know. I don't be able to take this movie seriously. Unless, like, they seriously pull out something, I'm not going to be able to take it seriously. They only have promotional art for it, like, concept art for it, so I can't really say one way or another, but what I have theorized, and me and Messer are talking about it, it's probably going to end with, like, have some element of time travel, and my theory is that it's going to end with either everybody dying, or just one person gets sent back in time.
Dying.
Yeah. To go back to the Avengers. And then he tells them something, Thanos is coming, and then it leads up to Avengers 2, or whatever they're calling it.
Yeah, because for those that don't know, Guardians of the Galaxy actually takes place in the future when all the Avengers are dead.
Yes, takes place in the far future. But the original comic series had a ton of time travel, because no one was interested in them. So they're like, yeah, the Guardians of the Galaxy meet Captain America, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Okay, so I'm going to go for more interesting. Ant-Man, apparently they did show some footage there. We do not have footage that we can watch, but some people say that it was actually really good, and that showed that he was actually a pretty decent fighter. So I'll trust what they say. I have no idea. Ant-Man is, if you don't know, he's Hank Pym. He's a scientist that discovers a formula to shrink down, or in other mediums to grow larger and become Giant Man. So, I mean, I guess he could do something. I feel like he would fit more in a S.H.I.E.L.D. movie, to be completely honest.
I can't really see them making a movie with just Ant-Man.
Yeah, I can't name an Ant-Man villain, to be completely honest, except for, like, Ultron, but Ultron's more of Avengers. I can't name an Ant-Man villain. Hank Pym's always been a part of the Avengers, so, yeah.
Whatever happened to that one superhero, the Tick? Huh? Whatever.
Please be quiet, LJ.
Okay. They'll reboot him some point. Okay, so moving on, we have Thor: The Dark World. There is actually not a lot of things talked about it in this panel, from what I can tell. The Dark World, I'm assuming it's going to be about the Asgardian afterlife, I guess, since the Dark World is, I have no idea. People have said before that it's going to focus a bit more on, like, Asgardian stuff. So maybe it's going to be that. Maybe he's going to go back to Earth and turn it dark. Who knows? Blot out the sun. The last one is the most interesting. Captain America: The Winter Soldier. If you're familiar with comics, you should know what that means. Basically, Captain America's partner, Bucky Barnes, comes back. But he comes back as a brainwashed villain. Depending on which comic you read, he was kind of either for the Nazis or for the communists. Or Captain America has lasted too long and is too relevant with politics to really tell. So I don't know what they're going to do for Winter Soldier, but Bucky Barnes is back, and he's going to face off at Captain America. So it's going to be interesting. Last one is Iron Man 3, which, was already announced. And technically Thor was already announced, but we ignore that. Iron Man 3, they actually showed some decent clips and stuff from here. Turns out that the Mandarin will be the, for official confirmation. You actually see him in footage. The Mandarin is going to be the main villain of Iron Man 3. Finally.
Nice.
I don't know who the Mandarin is.
He's Iron Man's arch nemesis.
Yeah, he's basically the biggest enemy Iron Man has. All the other people that he's faced have just been, like, guys in armor. This guy is not. He's actually an ancient warlord, who discovers 10 rings of power. The Mandarin, of course, is an Asian stereotype. I hope they're going to avoid it here. If not, I'm going to sue for hate crimes. That's what I got to say. All of Iron Man's suits, apparently, in the footage they showed, all the other suits are destroyed. Someone attacks his house and destroys all the other suits.
Wow.
I'm looking up this Mandarin guy. Sounds like a fruit.
That's
Mandarin orange.
Mandarin.
Yeah.
Or, yeah, whatever. LJ, come on. Come on. They actually sort of jokingly made a hint that Pepper Potts might get her own armor. That might have been just a joke, but the guy said he joked at first and then he was serious after. He said that they wanted Pepper to do some more action scenes. So
she does have her armor in the comics, even I know that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I know. The rescue suit.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's basically all we got from Marvel. That's quite a lot, honestly. And hopefully the Marvel Universe will be much more expanded on. There's no news about the television series that was recently dropped by ABC called Alias Jessica Jones, which was supposed to be set in the same universe but had Luke Cage and Jessica Jones and a lot of other not very well known. I mean, there's sort of, I guess, C to B list characters, but they're more grounded in reality. Would make more for an interesting TV show. And of course, no news on the other movies Marvel announced a while back, like the Shield movie, which should have honestly been there as an Ant-Man, and or maybe even Guardians of the Galaxy, and yeah, I sort of wish they'd do a Black Panther movie. That sort of seems like a no-brainer, but I guess not.
I was not a fan of the Marvel Cinematic Universe for the longest time. I've now gotten into it full throttle. I watched the Avengers to finalize all of the movies I've seen. I am very much so looking forward to actually all four of these, even Ant-Man. I'm interested. I'm actually very interested in Guardians of the Galaxy just to see what they do.
Okay, I'll admit, Guardians of the Galaxy, I don't think it's going to do well, but I thought the same with Thor.
Nope.
I went into Thor thinking it's going to be, I don't know what they're going to do with it. It's probably going to be bad, and it was actually a pretty good movie. I honestly liked it a lot. It's one of the higher ranked ones for me. I don't know what else is there. Item 47. Anyone heard of this?
No, I haven't.
For those who haven't known, Marvel does some shorts in their movies. So, in the original, they had the consultant where they asked Tony Stark to talk to General Ross. They had the funny things that happened on the way to Thor's hammer, which starred Agent Coulson and beating up some guys. Well, this one is about a couple that finds one of the alien guns that was left over from the Avengers. After the giant battle, they picked up one of the weapons and they're trying to do stuff with it. And Shield wants that weapon back, so they're chasing. Shield is chasing them, and they're trying to either, I'm not sure, commit crimes or just do stuff with it. It was an interesting short, but other than that, yeah, that's pretty much all.
I'm excited for everything.
What's your guys?
Great. What are you guys' thoughts?
It's gonna be great.
I want a Venom movie.
I really dislike the way the Iron Man 3 armor looks, but I'll deal with it.
Yes, I have to agree. It looks.
I've not seen it yet.
I'll post the link in the chat and also in the link dump. Since I'm
sure it'll probably look better on the actual movie than what it does there. And since they're using the Mandarin, it's very likely he'll be in the desert, so I guess it would fit there.
I still say that we need to make Iron Man 3 a TTV sponsored movie. And the reason I say this is because VAR lives extraordinarily close to where they film. And I've been saying this.
I don't just live extraordinarily close. I live where they film it.
Yeah.
Like I said, they were filming Iron Man 3 in a hospital about a mile from my house. And because Wilmington's been like a primary filming location for the movie, so it'll be interesting.
Yeah, if you see a black dude that isn't Rhodey, it's probably VAR. No.
Wow. Just wow.
I was going to say if you see a guy toting a TTV t-shirt, that's probably VAR, but okay.
We should do that. That'd be great. That doesn't. Can you just imagine that?
They'll be in the middle. They'll be in the middle of filming, and I'll just run through the set in a TTV shirt and say, "Yeah, stuck at BC Powercast."
Have TTV on one side and Biocraft on the back, and we'll post screens of it all over the
internet. They'll be in the bloopers, and they'll say, "Security, come get this kid."
That is awesome.
That would be pretty awesome, actually.
This Iron Man suit, is that white?
It's gold.
It's like gold.
Goldish
That is
white.
ugly.
Someone said it reminded them of chocolate with cherries, like a cherry drizzle on top. White chocolate. I have to kind of agree. It just looks like chocolate. I don't know how to explain it.
That probably would have looked better if it was white, though.
Yeah, probably.
But the thing is, like, it doesn't have a consistent, like, scheme either. Like, there's different colors of gold all over the place. Like, Iron Man's helmet's a really shiny gold, while the plating on his chest and, like, the rest of the armor is, like, more of a matted finish. And then you have the armor on his hands, which is also shiny, but a different shade of gold in both the matte plating and the helmet color.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's just all over the place. I don't like it.
It does. I think this is my least favorite of the suits, to be completely honest. It just looks a little. I guess if it had different colors, it wouldn't be so bad to me. It's just a stark contrast between these two colors.
Yeah, I'm hoping this isn't like the main armor. This is just one of an extra armor that they're going to use, kind of like similar to the suitcase armor, like you see in the background in this picture.
Yeah, hope so. But other than that, I'm not sure what else. Yeah. So yeah, that covers it for Marvel. That's basically all they have that I've read about so far. I might be missing something, but yes.
Did we get anything interesting from DC?
I've looked for stuff from DC. I haven't found anything yet. Meso, if you have found something.
There's a write-up about the Man of Steel trailer they showed.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. Was it any good?
Apparently it was good. I'll link the write-up. And we can't actually see it, but, aside from that, apparently there was nothing.
Apparently Krypton.
DC doing nothing for Comic-Con. That's really sad.
Yeah.
That's really unsurprising. Because DC sucks. No one likes DC.
No one likes LJ.
I know.
DC also did the Bionicle comic. So in a way you could say, yeah, Bionicle comics suck. Nobody likes Bionicle comics.
No! Wait! What have I done? I'm sorry.
I guess you're going for like a more alienated Superman, which could go good or bad. I mean, Chris Nolan's doing it. Chris Nolan's directing it, as far as I know.
Wait,
Zack Snyder. What am I thinking about?
Schneider?
Where did that come from?
I was about to say, like, what the heck? I don't recall that happening.
Yeah. Okay, I have no idea where that came from.
Well,
so, Zack
it might not necessarily be a good movie, but it'll certainly look good. It'll look pretty.
Yeah. Krypton is apparently more squid-based rather than crystal-based, like it has been for, all the other movies.
Christopher Nolan is producing it. He's just not, directing it.
Okay, I guess I must have gotten mixed up there in my information bank. My bad.
Your information bank.
Yes. Okay, so I don't know what else I can say. The guy's British. That's cool.
No, it's not. America!
Truth, justice, and the Britannican way.
There are, like, no good American actors anymore. Like, everyone I see is British.
All right. Or Australian.
He is Canadian.
Australian.
Yeah, Australian or British or Canadian. Like, no one's ever American anymore.
America!
Oh, well, I'm not complaining.
I am.
Let's see.
Canadians may as well be Northern Americans.
Zack Snyder directed Watchmen, too, didn't he? I'm going to fact check to make sure. But I'm pretty sure he directed Watchmen.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he did.
We gotta hold you to higher standards than the rest of us. We gotta make sure your info's correct.
I know,
yeah. He did direct Watchmen.
Okay,
awesome. And he directed Dawn of the Dead and Sucker Punch and what was that? 300.
Huh.
I guess it could be good.
So it'll definitely look good as far as an artistic standpoint goes. I don't know if it'll actually be a good film or not, but it'll look good.
For me, like, Superman for me has been dead for a long time, but I recently got into Smallville, so it's sort of gone a little bit up for me. I see they can do a little more things with the Superman character than I thought was possible. But other than that, no Lex Luthor. It's General Zod, who's he's a never Kryptonian. So at least we're gonna have a giant battle, a super battle, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I said that.
Super battle.
Super battle. Come on. That's like in 1950s. The super battle of the century. Superman versus Super Zod.
Oh my god.
Okay, well.
Bizarro's, might be something to look into if anyone wants to do that. But I guess Zod worked? I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I guess that pretty much wraps it up unless there's anything more.
Fringe.
Yes,
Okay.
Fringe, we've got to talk about this. Anyone here who listens
The Walking Dead.
Yeah, Fringe and Walking Dead.
Yes.
Fringe is coming back for its 5th and final season, unfortunately
Yes.
enough. And then The Walking Dead is coming back, surprisingly enough, for a 3rd season.
I thought Walking Dead was kind of popular.
The Walking Dead is popular, but its 2nd season sucked.
I've heard that I've heard someone say it's going to feature the prison scene.
It is. Yep, I've seen the trailer. It's going to feature the prison scene, and then we're going to see a cameo appearance. We saw in the trailer a cameo appearance of, I'm sorry, but I've got to say this, Merle, who was in the 1st season, who's the brother of Daryl, who's a very popular character.
Okay.
And it looks like when in the 1st season he cut off his hand. In the trailer, we see he has some sort of device attached to it, which looks like a blade. Some sort.
Yeah. That's pretty cool. Let's see, Firefly Reunion. That was cool.
Yes.
I'm just talking about stuff we're interested in. Legend of Korra, it has been renewed for 56 more episodes.
I thought it was renewed to... Oh, yeah, I guess that's true. I thought it was renewed to, like, 5 seasons now or something along there.
Is it 5 seasons? The last I heard it was 56. I know that Book 2 will contain about 26 more episodes, I think. And then, there's 26 beyond that. Either going to be split into Book 3 and Book 4, or they're both going to be,
Yeah.
But,
I just don't understand what they're going to be able to do, because they wrapped everything up.
Well, they see Korra is going to go explore around the world around her, see how that's evolved. The Earth Kingdom, the Air Temples, all that stuff, how that's evolved in 70 years, ever since Aang died, and Zuko is still there. To be completely honest, I want to see more episodes just for the older Team Avatar, That's what I want to see. I want to see how everything turned out for them. But... Yeah. I'm looking for there's some Hobbit clips released. There's gonna be a new Godzilla movie.
Oh, is there really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's interesting.
That's with today's technology, that's actually gonna kind of be pretty epic. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that'd be pretty awesome.
Yeah. Wreck-It Ralph. More footage.
That's gonna be awesome too.
Wreck-It Ralph is, I think this is the first time I've ever been excited in 1 year for a Disney animated movie more than a Pixar animated movie. Wreck-It Ralph is basically the Roger Rabbit of video games. They're not just making, it's a movie about video games, about a video game character, but they're not just settling for just, doing generic stuff. The trailer showed off Browser, Dr. Eggman or Dr. Robotnik, depending on what you have, Dr. Wily and M. Bison, just to name a few. So hopefully there's going to be more cameos present in this. I'm reading here. There's Pac-Man, Qbert, just more stuff like that, I guess. But yeah, it's going to be pretty awesome.
Huh.
Awesome stuff.
Wow. That is a good place to designate it in this. Would you guys agree?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Alright. Sounds good to me. Well, I thank you all for listening. I personally had a ball talking about other stuff we're interested in for a while. This was fun. So, appreciate your viewership, as always. Be sure to like, comment, rate, favorite, subscribe. And, yeah.
This time, swear I'm bleeping you out. No more rate in my freaking episodes. It's gonna be like, favorite, beep, subscribe.
Wow.
Epic. Well, thank you for listening. I'm messing up.
I'm Bertrand.
I'm LJ.
I'm Kahi.
I'm Keith.
And this was TTV Special, San Diego Comic Con 2012. Thank you for listening, and goodbye.